So, let me tell all of you a story. When I first started playing Marvel Future Fight, I was presented with my first 6-star selector. And so I was wondering, who should I pick for my first 6-star character? And I thought, hey, Ghost Rider seems like a pretty powerful character in the comics. He's, King of Hell, Spirit of Vengeance. I thought, can't go wrong with picking him. Well, that was a big mistake. You can go very wrong with picking him. And I think I've spent the past 4 years kind of regretting the decision. Well, not really regretting, because it hasn't really come back to bite me, because I've had a lot more success once you got, like, the important characters. But wow, it was pretty dumb of me back then to just pick based on comic book strength. I mean, if comic book strength was taken into account in this game, then Ultron wouldn't be the garbage character that he is, right? But this is why I was pretty excited for the Ghost Rider uniform, as well as the Ghost Rider Tier 3, which is, as of the time that I'm recording, going to come in about an hour or so. And I wouldn't have bought this uniform if he wasn't getting a Tier 3. I probably would have saved it for a Black Friday purchase, but we got news that he was gonna get a Tier 3 like 2 days ago. And I thought, you know what, I have to do this. I have to sort of justify the decision that the me of 4 years ago made. It wasn't a stupid decision. It was just a decision with great foresight and all that. So I'm really hoping that the Tier 3 that Ghost Rider gets really justifies it, and just proves that I'm the Oracle that I wanna claim to be. With regard to the uniform, I wanted to test it first Tier 2 just to see how much it improves him. See how much it improves him as a character. I mean, I think there's no question that this uniform is a massive improvement. Ghost Rider before this uniform was a garbage character, but I also wanted to see how much a Tier 3 would improve him, right? And I think a big problem with the character right now, with the uniform, is that he's very squishy, very low survivability. It doesn't help that they took away the immunity that he had in his second skill prior. I feel like he would have been a much more complete character if they kept that in. But it's really hard to keep him alive for the most part. Like, I've tried recording this a number of times also, and I died. Maybe it's just because I'm not that good at the game. But yeah, I think also he's very vulnerable to getting his skills interrupted, especially like his 4th skill. That's what I see. It's an iframe at the start and at the end, so there's a gap in between that Ebony can exploit. And this kind of bodes badly for Ghost Rider, I think, because Ebony is one of the most slippery world bosses. He doesn't have any crowd control, doesn't have any all defense down, and he doesn't have long-lasting iframes, which I think might be a problem in the long run. I hope that his Tier 3 can kind of justify it. But you can see here that we reached the transition phase of Ebony in about 3 minutes or so. So I am going to Tier 3 Ghost Rider right now. This is a moment that has been coming for 4 years. I've been wanting to see Ghost Rider be good, and I really hope that by doing this, he will be. So let's see. Alright, so Ghost Rider got another one of them black background Tier 3s. I don't know if anyone's noticed, like, a lot of Tier 3 animations don't really have a background anymore. But, yeah, maybe that's just Netmarble trying to cut down on the visuals cost. So, yeah, Tier 3 Ghost Rider. Now, something I find really interesting is that Tier 3 Ghost Rider gets a very substantial HP buff. With his Tier 3, Ghost Rider has more HP than Silver Surfer, Thor, and Odin. And that's saying something, because these are no slouch characters. They're quite tanky. So it feels like the biggest weakness in Ghost Rider's kit is being addressed with his Tier 3 stat boosts. So that's pretty interesting to note. Now I want to show off the build that I have on Ghost Rider right now. It's rather hard to cap his crit rate, for me anyway. I had to mythic his uniform in order to get the last option, which adds to the crit rate. And it's not even capped out. The crit damage isn't capped out either, but they're both very close. So I consider that okay already. We can see he has some pretty substantial skill changes from his uniform. His third skill in particular gives him a built-in damage proc whenever attacking supervillains and penetration, which is pretty cool. He gets substantial buffs also on his fifth skill with all attack and invincibility, as well as fire resistance down. He doesn't have any all defense down, so he has rank 5 type enhancement. I got quite lucky there. His Power of Angry Hulk ISO 8 set could be a little better. He has a normal crit damage, fire damage proc, and he has a mythic uniform with 3 options to unlock. Those being the Captain America Hydra Supreme uniform, the White Fox lifestyle uniform, and the Namor Phoenix 5 uniform. So that's what we're working with. It's a good build, I would say. Not quite the best because it doesn't have a CDP or anything like that, because I can't afford to give him one. But yeah, the build doesn't change between when I was testing him at tier 2 and tier 3. So we're going to see how he fares against Ebony with his new tier 3 skill and stat buffs. So here we are against stage 70 Ebony with the same team, same strikers. The only thing that's different between our first test and this one is that Ghost Rider is now at tier 3. Now, in case you forgot, we were able to reach the transition phase in about 3 minutes or so, a little less than 3 minutes, right? So let's see if Ghost Rider can do a lot better, and already 1 bar gone. I like to do 5 cancel into 4. I don't know if this is the best rotation though, but I feel like, or just based on my feeling, I think it's the best rotation. So because it gives you the fire damage increase, gives you the all attack increase in the 5th skill, and the 5th skill does have some lingering effects, but it goes into the 4th skill also, which I think is his highest damaging skill. You might argue that the 3rd skill is his highest damaging skill. I might have to do a little more testing just to be able to determine that. But the 3rd skill has its own 250% damage proc though. So you might want to proc on your 4 and then your 3, so that you work with 2 procs essentially instead of having all your procs focused on the 3rd skill. I don't know. This is purely hypothetical. I literally just bought this uniform yesterday because I was pretty excited for Ghost Rider tier 3. But look at that, just a little over a minute and we're almost at the next phase. That is quite a bump in damage, I would say. Yeah, we're almost there. Come on. One more skill. There it is. 1 minute 20 seconds compared to about 2 minutes 40 seconds, I think. We shaved our time in half. So I'd say that's pretty impressive in terms of tier 3 buffs. Now, I don't know if that's good enough to invest in, though. I want to test him in a higher stage. So here I'm taking the same team, the same strikers against stage 80 Ebony. I bumped 10 stages up. So I want to see if he can do it. Because if he can, that'll be good enough for me, I would say. That would justify my investment in him. Because we have a lot of characters that can clear Ebony quite well, right? We have Professor X that can go up to 99. We have Beta Ray Bill. We have Storm. Who else do we have? We also have Scarlet Witch, Apocalypse, even some energy damage dealing characters like Doctor Strange, Star-Lord. They can do Ebony pretty highly. So what makes Ghost Rider stand out among them? That's kind of the question that I want to get some answers to. Because if there's no reason to build Ghost Rider, considering that we have so many elemental damage characters that can do high Ebony stages, then why build him? Right? That's basically what I'm trying to see here. This is probably the best team that I can go with, and the best set of strikers as well. So this is really me giving Ebony my best shot. His skills really do have a tendency to get cancelled, though. I mean, he didn't get cancelled anytime recently, but I'm just saying that's something annoying about him. And it's also really annoying that he doesn't have any crowd control at all. The gameplay playing Ghost Rider could be a lot smoother if he just had maybe 1 paralyze or something, because that would really go a long way in keeping Ebony in place and making the run go a lot smoother, right? Love the look of these chains though. I love the look of the tier 3 skill, even though I'm not necessarily sure if it's the highest damage dealing skill that he has. I don't know. I'm not super convinced by this. We're approaching the 2-minute 30-second mark and he hasn't even managed to crack 9 bars. Around the 2 minutes 30-second mark is where I expect him to reach the next phase. And if he doesn't, that probably means he can't do it. And I don't see him reaching the next phase here. Because, what? Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. So, we're not gonna be able to clear stage 80 with Ghost Rider. That's... I don't know if that looks disappointing to you guys watching, but to me, based on the characters that I have in my roster, it's not great. It's not great. Like, I can... Okay, my regular Ebony runs tend to be around like 99 with Professor X, 90 plus with Beta Ray Bill, 80 with Luna, 70 with Namor and Scarlet Witch. Though Scarlet Witch can go higher, I just like doing a little bit lower because it's easier. Yeah, we've spent more than 3 minutes on this run and he hasn't even reached the next phase yet. He will now though. Alright, congratulations! Congratulations, Ghost Rider, you reached the next phase. A little disappointing. So I didn't feel too satisfied with my world boss run, so I want to showcase some Danger Room Extreme gameplay over here. Congratulations for what? For Ghost Rider? Oh, thank you, Parker H. But yeah. So, I wanted to showcase some Danger Room Extreme here because I'd never done it on my channel, and I thought that it'd be pretty interesting to showcase some of that gameplay. Some of that fresh, new, gameplay. Right? Yeah, so I want to see how he fares. We don't really have that tough of competition around. Yeah, Deadpool and Captain America aren't exactly the heaviest of hitters when it comes to Danger Room Extreme. So maybe this isn't the best showcase, but look at that, we're already leading the pack when it comes to damage. I am not sure if that just comes to Ghost Rider being good or if that's just my teammates being not so good. I don't know. Sorry, no hate if any of my teammates in this run are watching. I'm planning to save my tier 3 skill for after the phase change because Stryfe goes into the phase change in 86. The 86 mark. Alright. So I really hate the laser environment thing. I think this is the most annoying, especially when I play on lower graphics because for some reason they don't show the lasers when it comes to, you know, lower graphic settings. And I died. Alright. And here's me saving my tier 3 skill for after the environment change. My god. Oh, what a waste. Is Danger Room bugged or something? It's not even showing that when I'm gonna revive or whatever. Yeah, I've been dead for couple of seconds now and I'm still leading the pack when it comes to damage. Alright, I'm back. We're gonna just stick to our usual rotation. You know, as bad as the broken iframe is that Ghost Rider has in his 4th skill, I think the tracking is pretty good. For the most part anyway. I don't know, probably be proven wrong by something here, but you know. Look at that, there you go. Oh, well, you didn't track him there, but I guess he was already mid-air, so that might not be the best. Tier 3 skill over here. Nope. Okay, I think that was very bad timing for my tier 3 skill. I am just not getting it on time right here. It's because, I don't know, I don't think Stryfe can be hit when he's doing that iframe thing with the chaotic gate. Yeah. Oh man, the damage is really not... I mean, it's not Sharon-esque, but very few characters are. But it feels like we're gonna have to burn the whole 3 minutes doing this run. Right. I love that the chains are there no matter what the game mode. I think that's pretty cool. It's like it's kind of giving the impression that the chains just go everywhere. Right. That's pretty cool. I love that, visually speaking, of course. But yeah. Alright, Stryfe's being annoying here. Times like this, it's really annoying that Ghost Rider doesn't have a heal, which means he can't really tank, and I have to be much more careful with him than I am with most characters. which kind of inhibits his ability to really go for the boss and go for high damage numbers, right? I think the easiest ones to from when it comes to the environmental hazards, from easiest to most difficult is the stay in the shield, the tornadoes, and the lasers. I really, really despise the lasers. My goodness. Now a good time for the tier 3 skill. I feel like I wanna. Oh no! Okay, okay. Save it. Sometimes it's so annoying how I think Stryfe is chasing me for the lasers, and then I move, and then it turns out the lasers aren't even following me. So can't break the chaotic gate. We're gonna go for the tier 3 skill over here. This should deal max damage because we just finished the chaotic gate phase. And I think we did get some damage in. Oh, nice. We got a heal. Ah, nice. Love it. Love it. We got about 1 minute to kill this guy. Come on, let's get it done. Ghost Rider, come on. Don't die on me. God, he really needs a heal. Guys, come on. I don't understand how someone like Captain America can have a heal on his skill and Ghost Rider can't. You know? He's magical or whatever. You know, if anyone deserves a heal, someone like him, right? Or I don't know, maybe I'm stretching it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's kind of ridiculous that there are certain characters in the game that have heals when healing isn't even part of their power set in the comics or in the movies. So yeah, we have a pretty substantial lead here. I'll crack open the tier 3 skill here, and he moved away. Alright, but it's still going though. I think it's still dealing damage. Oh, time ran out. Alright, we won. Time ran out and we won. In 3 minutes we dealt a little less than 40 million damage. That's not bad. I think that's actually quite good. For reference, Beta Ray Bill, I think I had a run where I dealt 56 million damage in 3 minutes, and I think Beta Ray Bill is one of the highest damage dealing characters in the game. So to be 16 million behind him in 3 minutes, I think that's not too shabby. I don't know. This is also just the first impression of Tier 3 Ghost Rider. I'm going to go over my build again for those who are curious, but my first impression is that I don't see a reason to build him, especially in the current meta, because I think he's just a harder character to use than many of the other elemental damage dealing characters that we have now. And yeah, his damage is pretty good, I will say, especially for an 800 CCF character. But I think you really have to take into consideration how easy it is to play with him. He dies way too easily. Not dies, but like takes damage way too easily, and it makes the runs that you go on a little more difficult. And like I keep reiterating, I just don't know what his place in the meta is. So yeah, but I am glad to see that my first 6-star character finally gets some justice in this game, right? I think it's a good tier 3. I just don't know if it's necessary for a lot of players. So I hope you enjoyed this look at tier 3 Ghost Rider. I hope that it helps you decide whether or not you want to go for his tier 3 advancement or go for his uniform. It sucks, by the way, that his uniform is not on sale anymore, but that's a topic for another video, I suppose. But yeah, I hope that you were able to take something away from this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.